Hello, my name is Arlen McFarlane. I'm the Curious Gardener. I'm here today at Circle D Ranch with Barbara Drury, and we're talking about seed saving. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you.
What kind of seeds do you save here in the north and why?
Well, I save seeds that are viable, first of all, meaning that they're going to grow. The first one I really noticed like that was spinach. Spinach is really hardy. It comes to bloom early in the season, and then it has plenty of time to mature and set the seed. So Arlen, here's an example of some more mature spinach seed that I'm just going to let this go, and it's going to fall down and propagate in the garden, right? And I'll have volunteer spinach next year. And here's an example of spinach that is not mature yet. You see the difference?
Yep.
The plant itself is so dead looking and so on, but the seed is brown and getting that familiar look. It's a self-perpetuating plant, and that's one of the beauties of annuals. Even though an annual will die back and it only has like a one-season life cycle, it can reseed itself, and that's how it propagates. Dill is one of the success stories for yearly propagation in the garden just naturally, because it usually I always get some that comes to maturity, and then the seed falls and then it just reseeds itself, which is great. And so I'm always getting volunteers in the garden, which is really nice. I like volunteers. This here is not going to be mature.
No, it's too yellow.
It's too yellow, it's too young. But this head here, these are the seed heads that are producing a viable, more mature seed, and they're almost ready to, break open. And you can see through the sunlight, you can see that there's a thickness there, there's a substance there, and that's the more mature seed.
Do you ever collect the seed?
I do, yeah. I do collect the seed. Now, what I would do to collect this seed, I would wait till a dry day, and then I'd collect on a dry day.
Do you cut the stalk and then put the stalk somewhere?
I would cut it about right here, and then I would just take it in the house and, put it on a table and then just let the seeds fall out, and then put them in a jar. They're all nice and dry. Put them in a jar, mark on it, dill seed 2013. What I do mostly with my dill is I'll take off the fronds and then chop them up really fine and then freeze them in little freezer bags, and then just use them in like mashed potatoes or soups or stews, the frond part. We're standing in front of an annual. Mm-hmm. This is a lettuce, and I've never actually saved seeds of the lettuce yet, but I'm going to let this go as long as it possibly can out here in the garden. And then if it drops seed and if it grows next year in my garden spontaneously, I'll know that that'll be viable for next year.
How do you collect seeds from lettuce?
Well, you have to wait until the lettuce seed is fully mature, and otherwise it won't be viable. So it's just in the flowering stage now, but what you're going to want to do is that once the seed pods develop and they're just starting to break open a little bit, and you'll be able to see the seed within, then that's the time that you'll want to collect the seed. You have to beat Mother Nature at getting their seeds out. So this is the basil, and now this is an annual herb, of course, as you know. We've got seed here in the 3 different stages. Like there's black seed, which is the mature seed, and then we've got brown seed, not so mature, and then we've actually got the pale seed, which needs a lot more time. But the trouble, with a plant like this is that you've got all these different stages happening at the same time. You have to have a collection system so that you'll be able to see the seed if it falls.
So Barbara, tell me about saving tomato seeds.
This red one year, about 5 years ago, produced one yellow tomato, and I noticed that the tomato size was generally bigger than the red, and I thought, well, this will be an interesting one to propagate. So I'm just gonna cut into the tomato. This is how I save tomato seeds. I choose a really ripe one, and then I just take out the seeds like this. You just take out the seeds and you and I put them on paper towel. I find that works pretty good. Once they're thoroughly dry and that, I'll save them in a plastic bag and mark on the plastic bag, what year it is. And often I will weigh the tomato, and I'll keep track of the weight.
Can you show me what these look like once they're dried?
I actually have some dried ones right here. When you want to go plant them in the spring, you just peel them off and plant them, and they're good.
I always imagined saving tomato seeds was much more difficult.
No, it isn't.